Yes, sorry, my computer froze up on me. It happens occasionally. It's not as bad as it was when we first got this new PC, but it still happens once in a while. Yeah, stream went bleh. It's embarrassing, but life goes on. Last time it did that, it went out for a second. I got it back up, and it didn't happen again for that stream. So hopefully it's just a one time. So fingers crossed, fingers and toes crossed. Okay, so back to your story. It was two streamers, Max Hype Pro and Mary Iwana. Started watching your streams when you played COD Mobile, and they came together and made a stream community called TNT Studios. They were one of the founding members of the server when it came out. So sounds like you used to be involved with some notable people on Twitch. Figure out what's going on with this little face. Okay, no, it's just there's no negative space. It looks like it's all kind of filled in an awkward way. Oh, but this here, that's supposed to be background color. Uh-oh. Oh no. Be rough. I can't even see where that color was before. The worst when you get the background done and then like there's this tiny little piece of negative space. Ugh. Just and you were, as you were saying, the server is still around and they hosted tournaments and all kinds of stuff. You moderated their Discord server, but one day they just suddenly disappeared, no warning, no notification. Oh shit. Just up and gone, huh? That is weird. And they've been gone since, the server's dead, but still there. And I mean, as involved as you must have been, I imagine that these were people that you called friends, and they just disappeared, huh? Shitty friends. Nobody has seen or heard from them since they suddenly left. I mean, we don't think like something bad happened, do we? So, I imagine. I mean, like putting yourself out there and like putting in the effort to show up for people and then just getting ghosted. People. Mary was getting married, so some of us assumed it was that. But I mean, because you get married doesn't mean that like your life changes that much. Like, unless like you're already somebody that like disappears in your relationship, then getting married shouldn't have made that much of a difference. Max had his family too. We figured it was something to do with that. Like maybe they just got too busy. And then like it was sudden. I feel like if it was anything to do with like marriage and family, like it would have happened more gradually. I don't know. I don't want you to like dwell on it and be reminded by how much it sucks. Pretty close to the color I need. Maybe a little bit of this. Think they knew each other in real life. Oh, so like them like disappearing means that they're probably like still in touch in person. So like they probably didn't feel like they lost that much. Maybe that's still shitty to you though. They could at least say something. Like you were there being a moderator, like looking out for them and stuff, like, and then just not say anything. Santa's got 10 more minutes to get ready for his stream. I'm gonna go and like make sure he like wakes up because if he's late for his stream, he's gonna be freaking out. Oh, never mind. He heard me and he was like, "I'm up." I was pretty worried that like you saw my stream die and you were gonna like peace out on me, but you were still here. July 11th, 2020 is when last saw either of them message the server. In general, chat. And not even like any mention of like things going in a different direction or slowing down. Just like regular activity and then just disappear. Well, stuff like that is definitely not going to happen with me and my stuff. In December, for instance, which I'm gonna have to like start, letting people know. We're gonna be like visiting family at the end of December. So for like 2 weeks, we're gonna be like completely offline. And like I'm gonna like start like letting people know as I see them and stuff. And also like still like saying stuff on my server. So like I'll be keeping in touch with people that way at least. But as far as streaming goes, there's gonna be like a 2 week gap. pretty damn seamless. Pretty good. You can almost not even tell. Princess Diana, hello. I'm good. I'm good. How are you? I was wondering when the next time I would see your name in chat was gonna be. And I appreciate you sending the song that you made to Discord. I listened to it and I was very moved by it. It took me a couple days to get around to it because I tried to listen to it on my phone and my phone didn't want to open it and it kind of slipped my mind for a little bit. And then I got onto Discord on my computer and remembered it was there a little belatedly, but I did listen to it once I found it again. And I You left such a long ass message in general chat just as an announcement. In the TNT communities chat or Of course, Diana. And you made a long message in the TNT account recently, or like after the disappearance happened, or maybe disappearance is the wrong word, ghosting. Two years after leaving On the Dot. Oh my god. That is recent. Okay, so yeah, like July 11th this year then. I mean, at least somebody addressed the community, you know, like you did your part to be, you know, to do the justice to the community. So definitely more than those two probably deserved after ghosting you and everybody else. Good on you, man. It's weird though, just to see them disappear. For sure. I mean, like, that's why I was like, I hope nothing bad happened to them. But like, if nothing bad did happen, then like, just kind of shitty. They're being shitty. Definitely. Yeah, I would never wish ill will upon people. Food time because you haven't eaten much today. Yeah, you gotta take care of yourself. Nourish the body. You gotta get some sustenance in you for the raid. Otherwise, you won't be able to think straight, think properly. What you been keeping yourself busy with lately, Brianna? Am I saying that correctly? Or I can just call you Princess if you prefer. My light that shines on my painting, it's a good light, nice and bright, but it is not an easy light to bring on. Kind of wrecks the whole setup here. Just a little bit. Been working a bit at this time. I've been writing more music. Your name's pronounced Sienna or Sienna. Also okay with Princess if you prefer. I mean, I can make you my chat princess. I'm cool with that. I don't have anybody else with anything like that in their chat name, so you can be my chat princess. Just trying to get these little silent princess flowers painted. If you don't mind my asking, what do you do for work? What fills most of your days? Hired on as a supervisor at a Maverick gas station. Never done it before though. Doing okay though. Good. Supervisor. Some authority. The place that I was working at before I quit in June, there it was a dog grooming salon, and their like salon manager is like out for an injury, and I'm like contemplating that like maybe if I went back to them and I was like, look, I work like every other weekend, would that work for you guys? But I think maybe we could handle every other weekend. I just can't handle every weekend. But then it would be like full time, and I don't know if I could stream and do full time hours. But like I wouldn't mind being the salon manager because like the problem solving aspect of it would be nice. And then like I think that like I could be like a very like fair person. Like I wouldn't like put up with like people's, you know, like bullshit. Like you know, like if I like set like parameters, like okay, you want a specific schedule, you got to give it to me ahead of time. We agree to that schedule, and that's the schedule you work. that's not gonna work for you, then you gotta find somewhere else. You know? Like, I think that, like, I would come from, like, a very understanding perspective and, like, would definitely, like, work with people and, like, figure out what would work for both parties. Hey, Faye! I'm painting some flowers today. Like, this week I've really been missing being a dog groomer for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because, like, I had to, like, go through my, like, photos and, like, find some photos for stuff. Oh, I know what it was. I was looking for older photos of paintings that I had done for my commission form. And I, like, saw all the pictures of the dogs that I had groomed. So I would always, like, take pictures of them when I remembered. Mostly for, like, posterity, but also, like, you look so cute. I had to take a picture of you. It's very pretty, the painting. Yeah, I added the little thing for the reference picture yesterday. So, like, everybody here can see what I'm looking at when I paint. I think it makes it, like, easier to... Wow, that made everything shake. All I did was adjust myself in my chair. I think it makes it easier for everybody to understand, like, what I'm doing. They can see my reference image. Everybody can see the vision together. It's in the wrong color. Ah. Hello. You want to come up here? Just for a little bit, okay? Come on. Come on. There you go. Got a doggo. You gotta find a better way to sit, though. Can you switch sides? Can you? Ugh. Oh my god! Don't bump anything. Okay. There you go. Sit on that. I can paint with you like that. What are you looking at? That's tape. It's not a treat. Yep, she's up here. That's a doggo. Don't bump the camera, dummy. That's a cute little doggo boat. Dancing with the doggo. She's like, why are you moving around? I don't like that. I don't know. Maybe if I did go back to being a dog groomer, like, now that, like, I have, like, people that I would miss here, maybe that would motivate me to stream even when I'm tired. I don't know. I feel like the scheduling would be the hardest part. Because, like, what happens if like I don't get off of work until like 6 o'clock, and then like come home, I'm all dirty and hairy, and then like I don't even have a chance to like eat or anything. And they won't hire me back part-time unless I agree to work weekends. Which like I would be willing to work like every other weekend. Maybe. Like at first I was like, no, like I need every weekend. But like now I'm like, maybe I can handle every other weekend. Balancing work would be a tricky part for sure. Yeah, I don't know. It's like the biggest thing is just like I need to figure something out because in February I have to start paying on my student loans again. That's the main thing. Are you trying to lay down? A little shaky elbow. Come on. You're not that old, are you? You trying to lay down? You trying to lay down? Lay down. Or do you want to get down? Do you want to get down? Yeah? Alright, I'll let you down. There you go. I'm gonna ask to get up here again in like 5 minutes because I let her up here in the first place. Spoiled brat. She's my spoiled baby. And like I keep saying, like I would never go back to the place that I was working at before because it was a corporate grooming chain. And like they really just ask way too much. Like they're running a service-based industry as a retail business, and that's just not sustainable. Like everybody ends up like overworked and overbooked and just but they can't keep people. And like since it's kind of like the like bargain rate for pet grooming, the customers are just bottom of the barrel sometimes. Just real nasty people. They mistreat you. And they like don't have anything nice to say. And some of them are like just trying to like get a free groom. So they're just gonna throw you under the bus for nothing. I'm almost like talking myself out of missing it in the first place. Like even without all of that stuff, a lot of the dogs are not acclimated for grooming and they bite and scratch and get hurt all the time. It's horrible. Yeah, it was not easy. Nothing you do for corporate is never good enough. They're way too needy. It's sick. Yeah, definitely. Like the job security is there, but like the pressure is just too much. And like it's not like an absolute requirement for me to work to get by, like to survive, but it definitely makes it easier. Like, definitely allow us to like worry about and like budget. Like, like it's easy to have like a buffer fund when I have like a steady job. But like, I don't know if I'm like weak or something, but like my like mental health goes downhill pretty fast in that environment. So there's also that factor to consider. And I don't know. Like, is my mental health better or worse budgeting my money, or is it better or worse whenever I'm in that particular environment under all that pressure, but not having to budget money? Like, which is the best cost benefit relationship, you know? I mean, either way, if that doesn't happen, I am definitely gonna have to get like a part-time job after we go home and visit family at the end of December. I mean, I was already looking for a job, but I like took a break from the job search um because the holidays were coming up and I wasn't gonna like get a job. And most of the places that are hiring right now, they're hiring like seasonal workers for the holidays. So it would have been like pointless to get a job and then be like, "Hey, I need 2 weeks vacation right when you especially need your employees," you know? So rather than having to fight that fight with an employer, I was just like, I'll take a break, concentrate on streaming and painting, and I will fight that battle after. And like honestly, like the pressure of the environment and the customers and the dogs like fighting and scratching and stuff, that didn't like impact my mental health as much as the other stuff. Other stuff being like they have like all these like quotas. If it were me, look for a job after December. Well, yeah, I mean that's the plan regardless. Um, we're gonna be gone for like 2 weeks from like Christmas into like the first 2 weeks of December, basically. There's gonna be like a little streaming gap, but I'll like keep in touch with people on Discord from here. But like the biggest like downer for me was like these quotas that they had. So like as a groomer, you were supposed to like groom a certain amount of dogs and like make a certain amount of money for you to be like a viable employee or whatever. And like I like was like struggling to even make like the minimum if I made the minimum. And it's because like I didn't like groom for speed. I groomed for quality. So like I would spend extra time on a haircut to make sure that I got it right rather than like grooming it quickly just to get it done. And like if the dog wasn't cooperative, then like it took longer. And like a lot of like getting faster is just like doing it for long enough. But there were just too many things going on at the time that like I wasn't able to like stick it out. and continue long enough to get like as fast as they wanted. But like the like quotas and stuff, they always made me feel like so inadequate. Hate quotas, had to meet a certain quota. He worked at Office Depot. He like that's the thing. And like those like feelings of inadequacy will just like make me feel like I wasn't good enough to like take up space, period. Like I'm a failure. So why even like continue? Like that was the feeling. And like I know that's not true. I know I'm not a failure. But like those quotas and all that pressure on top of it made me feel like a failure. And I would like constantly compare myself to my peers who have been doing it for years. And like I felt like I kept having the same conversation over and over with my employers and my peers. Like my employers constantly saying that I need to do more. I need to like get more done. I need to be faster. And then my peers telling me not to listen to that and that like I would get faster in my own time. To just like give myself some patience. And it was just felt like it was never gonna happen. But I do miss being a groomer. There was never a break once the month was over. Still had to hustle to meet the new quota. Exactly. Our quotas reset weekly, monthly, and quarterly. Like we had like 3 different quotas to like look at. And I always tried to look at the weekly one. Because like that one gave me like the most like real time information. And like they had like the most recent information, like how I did specifically for that week. And like I could like remember like more of like individual like events and like dogs and stuff. I definitely think that maybe I could like go back to that company in like a new location. Depending on like what's going on like personally in my life. I don't think I could go back to this location here without like a very strict understanding between me and my employers that like I have a schedule for a reason and I'm going to meet that schedule, but I need you to at least like allow that schedule to happen. Because that was what we butt heads over the most. I could handle the pressure and the quotas and everything else if they didn't make me work the weekends, because like then I would like recharge and have quality time with my spouse. And then I was like okay and ready to tackle the week again. But without that, it was too much. And not only like me, like Dylan would feel like he never saw me because I was always working when he wasn't. So like we would have like a couple hours in the afternoon and then chances were I would be working on the weekend. So like we just never got to see each other really. So like it was impacting the way he was feeling too. I mean, it would be different if like, you know, we had like family around, but like we're our only support system. Like we're all that we have. Like, yeah, we can call family and stuff, but it's just not the same as having someone there to comfort you in person. Like, I feel like we're both like really sensitive people. Like, he really keeps it to himself. But like, I think we're both pretty sensitive. Which like I'm more open about like being a really sensitive person because like surprise surprise, like toxic masculinity dictates that he has to keep his feelings in a little box like they don't exist, and it's hard to like break that habit after being brought up that way. But I think he's getting better with maturity. Wish I wasn't that sensitive, but I am. Need your breaks and quality time with your partner. Do you have like a set regular schedule with your job, or like is it always like up in the air? Like it changes all the time, like week by week, or oh, I have a newfound respect for postal workers because like I was mailing out the commission that I did. I like asked the lady that was helping me. I was like, "What is it even like working at a post office?" And she was like, well, they basically expect you to have no life, like working 14-hour days, um, no respect for like personal lives whatsoever. Your schedule changes a lot, and you get called in all the time. Ugh. They were always trying to call me in before I asked for a strict schedule, which they gave it to me for a good like 4 or 5 months. You have a set schedule, and it has improved your mental health. You struggle with the random schedule on a week-to-week basis. Okay. I was like, when I first started working as a dog groomer, I put in availability that would get me hired, which was just like whenever. And it was okay at first. But then like personal circumstances made it worse. And I asked for a strict schedule of Monday through Friday and like as many like early morning shifts as they could give me so that me and Dylan could be on like as much the same schedule as possible. And they did that for like a good like 4 or 5 months, and then people on like the corporate level heard about it and they stuck their noses in our business and they said that I couldn't do that anymore. That like apparently it was unfair that one person was getting every weekend off. And like the ironic part was that everybody else that worked with me, they were fine with the schedule. Like, their availability worked out for it just fine. Like, 2 of the girls that worked with me were students, so they needed the weekends to work. So that was fine for them. Issue that it's almost impossible for me to take a vacation and sometimes need to work from home like today, or take your work home. Yeah. I tried to let you guys go out and you guys lost your mind because there were children out. Go lay down. I'll take you later. Go lay down. Go on. I just realized my stream manager wasn't showing. Like, it was showing from when my stream died earlier. But, like, I have, like, another place I could try working for. It wouldn't be grooming. It would actually be a Barnes & Noble, which I've worked for before in another location. Which, like, at first, they rejected my application because I didn't do very good on a phone interview. But I, like, went in person and talked to the, like, store manager, and she was like, you know what? You're totally different in person, so I'll, like, reconsider. But she was only going to let me, like, reapply for seasonal. And I was like, well, that's not going to work because I know we're taking vacation in December. So if I had known that we would be going home after Christmas, I probably would have put in my application anyway. But I just found out today that we were going to go home after Christmas anyway. So love Barnes & Noble. I mean, at first, like, the first time I worked there, I didn't like it. And it was because, like, I kind of let, again, the quotas kind of get in my head because they have, like, a membership quota. But now looking back, I realized that, like, if I'm doing what's asked of me, if I'm, like, at least trying to sell the memberships, then I'm gonna, like, get some. And that's really all they can ask of me. Like, they can't force the customers to buy the memberships, and they can't blame me if the customer decides not to. They could only have a problem with me if I wasn't at least asking, you know? So, like, now that I have, like, that mindset on it, it's a little bit different. And they also have a lot of students that work for them too. So having only a weekday availability would probably be an advantage for them too. And I think I would probably have less of a fight with it otherwise, like, compared to other places. So definitely gonna try for that again. Is that supposed to be a leaf? No. Okay, we're good. But yeah, I'm not super worried about stuff. Just need to figure out something just part-time really is all I actually like need. Like I just need to make enough to pay for my student loans. That's all I need. I mean, full-time pay would be nice because I could build up my savings account from getting started streaming again. Because like when I quit my job, I pretty much blew my savings. I was like, all right, I'm gonna pay off my car and do what I need to do to get back on streaming. And getting this new computer was what made up the last of it. Because my other computer just died. It just went kaput. It didn't want to work anymore. So that would be nice. But the necessity is having to pay for student loans. And like I know from experience that Barnes and Noble would give me enough funds to at least do that. And like I mean if I was like careful with my spending, I would probably be able to swing a little bit of saving. Especially if I did like just a little bit at a time. Disappeared when you moved, so you get it. Yeah. It's just like really nice having that like financial buffer, you know? Like having all those numbers in a savings account just made me feel really safe, you know? So I kind of miss that. But it's also nice to like be like, oh, my car is paid for. And I don't have to like deal with the stress of a daily job. So it's kind of like a good with the bad kind of thing. Like that security is no longer there, but I also don't have to worry about as much stuff. I feel like investing in streaming is like kind of like investing in myself, you know? Like it's definitely a spend money to make money kind of thing. Like, I mean, if you are trying to make money from streaming, but like, it doesn't come with any guarantees, you know? I'm not really trying to make money from streaming. I'm really trying to make money from my art. Streaming is just kind of a means to the end. living off your art is never a guarantee, and making videos and streaming is a path for others to see your work. Definitely. I mean, it's like I said earlier or a different day. I can't remember. But like it's something about like I could just be painting and nobody's seeing it, or I come here and I stream and it's more people seeing my art than if I didn't. So like I could not stream and still paint, but that's like guaranteed to not get me anywhere. Versus streaming and painting might not get me anywhere, but there's more of a chance of it leading to something than if I didn't stream. Definitely an investment and a good one in your opinion. I hope you're right. I really do. I mean, there are other like avenues of money on the internet that like I almost feel stupid for not doing, but at the same time it kind of feels like crossing a line that you can't take back kind of thing. Every time this song comes on, I'm reminded that I need to put my music buttons back on my Stream Deck because this is not one of the songs I actually like some like Charlie's Angels. Although in terms of what I've gained from streaming already, I can't really put a price on it because I can't really put a price on like, oh my god, why did I just like throw the paintbrush? Uh what? I can't really put a price on like connecting with people, like finding like good company. Like there isn't really a way to quantify that feeling. Like making YouTube videos, but it only shows what you do, not connecting with others like I am here on stream. I feel like streaming is a great avenue for others to get to know you and ask questions. Yeah, I agree. Like, I feel like YouTube videos kind of have their own, like, advantage. Like, you're able to curate your presentation more, and, like, you show, like, a more, like, resolved creative identity, you know? Not like you're only showing, like, your best side or whatever, but, like, I feel like you're better, like, you're able to, like, create a more, like, concise message. Whereas, like, here, it's very random. I'm just, like, talking about whatever. And then, like, there's also, like, the influence of whoever comes into my chat. Because, like, people come into my chat, and whoever's here can completely change the mood of that particular stream. Like, I'm definitely influenced by whoever stops by. As far as, like, my, like, I guess, like, mode that I'm in as a streamer. Haven't thought of it in that way. Got you thinking again? I mean, the most important factor to consider is, does it make you happy? And you already said that you liked making your YouTube videos, so I think that answers your question. If there was a question. I'm not saying that, but, like, if there's a question in there, I think that's the answer. No. You had your chance, and you wasted it on barking at children. Would like to one day do both, make videos and stream. Paintings in YouTube videos are sped up, and it doesn't give people an accurate representation on how long the painting actually takes. 100%, yeah. That's kind of like how, like, my Instagram account is. I don't have anything on there really of, like, how long a painting actually takes. And, like, there are, like, reels that people make that actually do that, but, like, it's only like a like 30-second at most little, like, peek at that. So even then it's not even, like, an accurate representation. Like, I haven't really, like, messed around with YouTube. The most I do with YouTube is upload my VODs so that they're, like, permanently in a location. which for whatever reason, I was trying to do that the other day and they wouldn't upload. Like I would click export on Twitch and then I would go over to YouTube and check and see if it was popping up and it just nothing there. So I'm hoping that nothing expires before I can try again, but who knows? I like real. I mean, like, if I was gonna do something that was like a tutorial, maybe then I would make like a legit YouTube video. But I really hate like hearing myself talk. Like when I like play back a VOD, it's such a chore because I don't like hearing myself. It's kind of hard to force myself to do those. Like showing up and streaming is the easy part. Roxy, no. Don't like hearing yourself talk either. It's why I don't like the editing part of making videos. But once it's out there, don't have to rewatch it again. And it's a good way for your family to see how you're doing. Man, you need to get back into it. I agree. I would definitely be keeping up with your videos. I really liked how they were like kind of like ambient like views of just like your daily experience. Like some of them, not all of them, but like some of them. Like just kind of like seeing how like you look at the world like through your eyes in the videos. I thought that was like really cool. Like they were like a couple that you could like kind of like edited together like little clips from your day and then you went into like, you know, some like time like at your easel. You were just like having a good time hanging out. I was like, this is fun. This is really nice to just like chill with. You're trying to work yourself up for attention. like gets upset that she's being like told no about something, and then she like starts like getting anxious, and then she'll like cough or spit up or something. There's nothing wrong with her. Thanks for saying that, like seeing what people do outside of their crafts because you're nosy. That you tried to include that in your videos. I mean, that makes me think like maybe I should do more like day in the life stuff. Like I've considered like taking my tripod into the kitchen and doing like cooking streams because I like to bake and stuff sometimes. And I think that would be kind of like fun to show like another side. Mimi's yelling for her food now. I'm a neglective parent. Hey, Roxy's been whining on and off to go potty for like an hour, and I'm like, I'm in the middle of streaming. Like, you chose the one like 2-hour overlap where Dylan and I are both busy when I tried to let you out, and you wasted it on being mean to the children on the outside of our fence. Her yells make me feel like I abuse her. I'd love to see my cooking side. And I don't even like follow recipes that much. Like I like look up a recipe and then like I kind of like deviate from it, especially since like I'm really bad at like keeping ingredients around, so I have to like substitute a fair amount. Like the other day I made banana bread and I forgot that I was out of vanilla extract, and I'm like, okay, what's a vanilla substitute? And I looked it up, and sure enough, I could use the vanilla oat milk creamer that I put in my tea in the morning as a vanilla substitute, and it worked. It worked great. And I'm definitely like a comfort food cook. I really like comfort foods. Speaking of comfort food, I'm actually gonna make a yummy white bean chili sometime this the end of this week or maybe this weekend. If I wasn't craving like the lighter, like creamier style of white bean chili, then I probably could have made like regular chili. But like to me, regular chili is like so much heavier than white chili. So I've got my heart set on white chili. Like if I was gonna do like meal cooking streaming would have to be like earlier, so my schedule would change. But I could definitely do like baking for streaming. It would just be unfortunate that like I wouldn't have like my pretty like decorated stream because I'd be streaming off my phone so that I could have it in the kitchen. Don't have to do baking streams if I don't want to. Love the painting streams. I mean, I just think it would be like kind of fun to like break it up so things don't get too like monotonous. It would definitely be like very random. It would definitely like motivate me to try like new things to bake. Like I've really been wanting to, I know I'm like late to the parade, but I've really been wanting to learn how to make bread. I know that everybody did that during the pandemic and I didn't. So now I feel kind of like left out. And like in the past, I've not been very good at working with like, dough or yeast. I usually like mess with it too much and end up working the dough too much, like overworking it, and then it doesn't rise. But I recently made beignets for Thanksgiving and I managed to actually get the dough to rise. So I got my confidence back a little bit and now I'm like, I want to try to learn how to make bread. Kyle loves baking bread. We want to experiment with more ingredients. Sounds good. Also, like I don't know if it's true or not, but I would think that making your own bread is probably more cost effective than buying bread. Cheaper, but it takes more time. I mean, time is something I don't really have that much of a shortage of the way things are now. I just have a bad habit of not using my time very wisely sometimes. Oh, hey, you weren't here earlier, but I decided to get like a little bit more professional, and I added a thing where like people can request commissions directly from my about section, by like filling out a Google Doc form. I feel so fancy. And like it explains everything, and it's just like, here's the boundaries, here's the parameters, pricing up front and everything. Felt real smart doing it. That's fancy. I know, right? So I'm just like dying for the next person to be like, do you do commissions? And I'd be like, yeah, I do. Go to the link in my about. First time chat. Hello. Neuro Boho Bay. Oh, hello. You want to introduce yourself or anything? Feel free. I'm good. So, what I'm working on is a set of tarot card paintings in the theme of Legend of Zelda. And this one is it's across like all of the different Legend of Zelda games, and this one is Twilight Princess Zelda for the High Priestess card. That's what we're working on today. It's really fun, so I'm having a good time. And I'm excited for like new developments on my stream here. So that's making me feel pretty good today too. I like your name, Neuro Boho Bay. That's a fun name, Boho Bay. Oh right, I wanted to like, redraw in a couple of the leaves. You're Boho. Okay, you like to go by Boho. You do digital art in your spare time, and mostly here to chill and paint with us. Awesome. Well, if you want to like show us any of your stuff, I do have a Discord server. And like if you feel like whenever you're doing your digital work, if you're like painting digitally, then feel free to add it to the paintings channel. Like I don't separate between traditional and digital. It's just like if you're drawing, it goes in sketchbooks. If you're painting, it goes in the painting channel. Like whatever like method versus like digital or traditional, that part doesn't matter. It's just like if you feel like you're painting or you feel like you're drawing, then they go in their respective channels in the Discord if you want to show anything off. I love seeing what everybody's up to. I'm a little bit nosy like that. Need to eat and then come back. And okay, cool. All right. Ooh. I heard the notification. Was it a follow or? Oh, it was a follow. Thank you for the follow, Boho. I appreciate that. I look forward to seeing you in the chat more. You seem like a really Nice chill person. That's a cute little kitty. He kind of looks like my cat. He has the like dark up top and like a little white mouth. He's got like stripes up top. Roxy baby. Can you wait a little bit longer? Can you wait 45 more minutes? And I'll take you. Go lay down. Go lay down for me. Lay in your bed. Thank you. My dog, she wasted her bathroom trip on barking at noisy kids, and now she's regretting it. But I'm in the middle of streaming, so she's just gonna have to wait. She'll be fine though. She's a big girl. She can handle it. She's not a big girl. She's actually a tiny girl. She's only 16 pounds. But she's a big girl at heart. I think I got the color I need. Actually, I think I need Oh, if you do go into the Discord server, it can be slightly confusing at first because it asks you to accept a like agreement on the welcome. But once you react with a little check mark, everything will open up and you'll see all the channels and you can like select roles and stuff. And you select your roles by like reacting to whatever emoji there identifies your preferences. My phone's still plugged up. Can't even look and see if there's anything. If there's anything in the Discord, I don't want to miss it. At least now I have my phone, so something does. You got these little leaves back in here. Little happy leaves, as Bob Ross would probably say. Have I been streaming long? I guess not. I started initially last summer. But I've like took like a really long break because I shifted into a position at a job where I was full-time, and it was just really, really taxing to do the work I was doing full-time and stream. Like I would try and stream and I would just be exhausted and like not entertaining at all. And it was really hard to ask people to like show up to somebody that was just like dog tired, exhausted. But I came back this year in August and I haven't missed very many streams other than like getting sick a couple times this summer. And I like just recently made affiliate like a month ago or a few weeks ago. So I guess like the answer is like yes and no. Do you stream? hope to see me more. Thank you. Thank you for the congrats. I don't plan on going anywhere anytime soon. I've been doing this and growing in this community enough that like now I have people that I would miss way too much. Which I mean I had people that I missed before. And I would still like post stuff in my Discord when I was making things. But it just wasn't as active with my job. But I quit that recently. I quit that in June. So that's not really a factor right now. It might become a factor again, but with a different job after January. But we'll deal with that when we have to. I'm not gonna let it stop me from streaming though. Like I would probably just have to accept to just watch. You'd be scared to stream? Aw. Well, I mean, if you ever change your mind, I'm sure you'd be great. I felt the same way when I was like first introduced to Twitch. I was introduced to Twitch through my husband. He's been streaming for quite a while. He's been on a long break this year, as well. But he was doing it for like 3 years before he went on a break. He was like grinding for partner for a little while, and then like things just like everything else around streaming just got to be too much, and he took a long break. But he's trying to come back now. But he's the one that introduced me to streaming. And I was really resistant to the idea at first. I was like, nobody's gonna want to watch that. Like, I'm not funny. I'm not entertaining. But I don't know. He kept encouraging me, and I got the confidence to try it. And now I'm pretty sure it's safe to say I'm hooked. Like people are always like, you shouldn't try to get the validation of the internet and everything else. And like to a point that is true. Like you can't like let it be like your only source of validation or whatever. Like you can't like get addicted to it. But like there's no denying that it feels good to like come here and connect with people and like see that there are people that like what you're doing, you know? There's definitely a lot of appeal to that, especially for me. Like that's kind of like how I feel about it. What kind of stuff do you paint digitally? Like do you do like OCs or like scenery or fan art? What's your deal? Those little cat emojis are just too cute. They're like throwing like sparkles or confetti or something. They're funny. They look like they're almost the same cat from the first emoji you put in. A little bit. Reference art mostly on Procreate. Can't do anything unless it's in front of me. Okay. Could definitely get down with that. That's cool. I feel you on like not being able to like draw or paint something unless it's in front of you. Like I have a huge stockpile of images that I use to like composite like painting ideas and stuff. Like just drawing something out of my imagination never works. Never ever works. Hello, Mabel. Be nice. Oh my goodness. Are you just so excited from being in your dad's stream? You want to come up here? You want to come up here? Oh, hello. Can you turn the other way so I can paint? Here you go. There we go. Hello. Oh my god. You're just in my face. No kisses. I don't want kisses. Thank you. I don't want kisses. I don't want kisses. Please, no kisses. No. Can I paint, please? No? You're not gonna let me paint? That's kind of a problem. Her dress and the flower are a little too similar in color. Whenever I try, it looks like a child's drawing. Whenever you try to draw something from your imagination, it looks like a child's. I feel that. I feel that a lot. The struggle is real. What do you want? What do you want, Maples? Oh my gosh. How am I ever gonna paint with you? What are you doing? You just being queen of the chair? You don't even care that I have stuff to do you? What? I don't want kisses. You're interrupting the stream. I can't even reach the stream deck to switch to the chatting screen so people can see you. Well, don't jump down. Yeah, she's pretty cute. Be nice. Leave her alone. She's technically my husband's dog. We have 2 dogs and a cat. But even though she's technically my husband's dog, she's just as much my baby as my dog. She knows she's cute. She uses it to get away with everything. I solved the problem of the dress and the flower being too similar in color. Although maybe I just made it look weird. Maybe if I just blend that in a little bit more. I don't know how I didn't see that would be a problem in the drawing. Pretty obvious. White object on top of white object? Oh no. And the blue on that petal just looks weird. And the doggos messed up my groove. At any rate, always make corrections when it dries a little bit. No need to worry about anything. Just welcome back. Oh, you joined. You joined into the server. Awesome. Your little wave in general. Nice. Right. There's one more thing I want to do really quick. Do-do-do-do. Here we go. Oh, it went to Sweet Karma. Not gonna let me do it for my tablet. Darn it. I just want to give this up. Okay, well, I'm gonna leave my chat open on my phone. That's where all my stuff is connected. Forget. Sweet Karma just gets an extra freebie. Yeah. Not what I was trying to do. Try one more. Mimi learned hide and seek and she wants to play all the time now. Oh my god. She likes to be it and she likes to be it and we'll find Kyle or yourself. So she just like brings out at you like, "Hi, I found you." Subscriber only. I don't want subscriber only. Okay. It's disabled. Okay, there we go. I'm just making everything all weird. Springs out and meows if we don't hide. Oh my god. What a cute little dark void she is. Okay, I'm just gonna paint and hopefully the opportunity to give the correct sub will. I wonder if I have a message from the artist that I commissioned my emotes from. I'm like getting more like anticipatory. I don't remember how long it usually takes. Oh well. I just want my mode. I just want my modies. Getting so distracted, making mistakes. Putting paint where I don't want paint. No. I found a really interesting streamer last night. Couldn't sleep, so scrolling Twitch. Love how the flowers are turning out. Me too. Me too. But she was really funny. She would like a redeem for like an Irish accent. And she was like really good. I don't know if she's like some sort of like voice actor or she just learned how to do an Irish accent or what, but like what? You know? Flowers definitely need like more contrast, but like I'm just gonna have to like wait until a little bit drier, which is gonna take forever because white does not want to dry, but that's okay because I have other paintings in this series to work on. Oh, while you're here, let me show you how the Deku tree is coming along after all the work I did on it yesterday. That's true. I do have other painting babies. Yeah, look it. Little Deku tree. I got like actually like the wood that's gonna be showing all painted. So now it's like pretty much down to like these two little sections of wood that are showing, and then it's just all foliage and like atmospheric like fog and stuff. Bring it a little bit closer so it's in focus. But yeah, the Deku tree. So much fun. Looks amazing. Yeah, I think on the next stream, let's see, today's Tuesday, so the next stream is Friday. I think I'll start on like the next one in the series on Friday. Like I'll work on the Deku tree in my spare time the next couple days, and then on Friday I'll start Ganon the Death card. I'm handy right here. So I'll be starting this on Friday. All those tiny little texture details. Kill me now. Freak if I saw him at a dark alley. Yeah, I definitely think it's one of the like most ominous versions of Ganon. Like, yeah, he's always been like a creepy bad guy, but like this is definitely like next level yikes for Ganon, I think. Honestly, like really excited to paint his hair though. Like he's got this long flowing blood red hair. And for some reason, like red is not a color that I typically like for myself, but it's definitely like a color I like working with as far as paint goes. Which I didn't really like know that about myself until I painted the painting of the red truck for my dad. The truck painting is awesome. Yeah, I've like finally got a hold of him one day and like asked him if he ever actually got it, and it did arrive in the mail safely after all. It's just like he kept like forgetting to call and like say anything about it. But he said that he looks at it every day. So. At least he's enjoying it. Enjoy the painting that caused me to lose my mind is what I would have said. I mean, to me, it's one of those paintings that, like, it wasn't really, like, as difficult as I thought it would be, but, like, it really came down to, like, me just taking my time to, like mentally, like, put it together, you know? Like, I don't know how to say it. Like, when I was doing the headlight, all the, like, little, like refraction lines in the lens of the light, like, if I got in a hurry, then yeah, I would, like, make mistakes and they would be, like, crooked or smeared. They wouldn't line up right. But, like, I would just, like, take a deep breath and, like, go through, like, each, like, cell in that, like, lens of the headlight, and then it all came together. And it was definitely one of those paintings that you couldn't, like, sit too close to it for too long. It was definitely one of those that, like, I had to get up and, like, take a few steps back from my desk. And then I'd be like, oh, I'm actually doing it right. Like, it looks okay. I need to, like, this is where I need to leave it alone. I would have lost my mind if I had attempted that one. Honestly, I didn't lose my mind until it was time to paint the grass. Grass is what will make me lose my mind. The chrome and the headlight, like, it was like a learning experience because I had never painted anything reflective like that. But grass is what will make me lose my mind. And, like, having to figure out, like, at what, like, line or boundary do you, like, switch from, like, a larger brush making, like, clumps of grass to, like, an individual brush making, like, single blades of grass. Like, figuring out where that starts is, like, the worst. Which is, like, definitely, like, one of the moments where I was like, oh my god, I miss or like if only it's like when I draw my tablet and there's literally a, like, brush or pen or whatever that you can select that does grass and you can just change the pixel size. Which, like, they don't work for everything, like, every type of, like, grass or whatever. Like, sometimes you have to get over it and you actually do have to draw the grass, even if you are painting digitally. But, like, oh my god. Like, even in those situations, like, I know that there's a way to do it. I don't know how to actually do it myself, but I know that you can, like, create your own brushes. Like, you, like, draw a texture and then you, like, grab that texture and you can, like, repeat it somehow. I don't know personally how it works, but I know that it is something that you can do. Like, the truck painting was just like a matter of being methodical. That was the word I was trying to look for. I just had to be methodical. But the grass made me lose my mind. Also, it made my hand cramp up because it's that same like repetitive like stroke, and it's just like Haven't done grass in a while. I'm not sure how I'd tackle it. It's rough. And like for me, the hardest part is usually like getting the paint at the right consistency, that you get that like correct like full of paint every time. It's like it has to be like fluid enough that it like doesn't like drag or skip, but it has to be thick enough that it's like opaque. So I usually end up with like a grass texture. Like that one, if I like really pick apart the background, I can see like where I like had to make those decisions about where like lumps of grass made with one brush versus like single blades of grass that were painted. Like I can like see like where that stops and starts, and it like it makes me pretty like ugh. Like I would have wanted it to be a more seamless transition, but like at the time I just was not like at that like skill level. I'm sure if I attempted it again, I might be able to figure it out. Like I'll have it down for the next painting or whatever, you know? And today I decided that I want to paint some stuff for my grandma for her Christmas present, since we're going home to see everybody. She really likes birds, so I'm gonna paint some simple little birds. I say simple, but they're still gonna be realistic. But like not like a ton of like scenery and background, just like blurry backgrounds. And now that I know the trick with the masking fluid, that it still works on an oil painting, I'm for sure gonna be using that. Because it did work on the Deku tree. I peeled it off the other day. It worked. There's a little silhouette of the Master Sword right there for me. So I might have some paintings to break up the Legend of Zelda themed stuff. I don't want to like do too much of it and then like I sort of become a Legend of Zelda themed channel, you know. I don't want to like limit myself. I do really like Legend of Zelda, but there's more to me than that, you know. Yeah, the masking fluid did work. Worked pretty good. Although I need to find my my applicator somewhere. The like applicator that came with the masking fluid. I can't remember what it's called. Drawing stick or something. I don't know. Sounds like Dylan's having a good stream. I'll probably be jumping into his stream when I'm done here. His channel's like totally different from mine though. Like they're a rowdy group. They're fun though. He's got a good group of people. But I mean they are gamers, so they have their toxic moments every once in a while. I'm sorry. She's making such a ruckus behind me. She's like shifting like the pitch of her whining, so it's like really high pitched and then really low. Like she's groaning at me like, can't believe you're still painting. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come on. Haven't attended one of his streams yet, but one day. His stream's like very interactive though. Like that's the like mass appeal for his, is that like he's got so many channel point redeems. And like yeah, he's got a lot going on over there. I heard that Twitch is adding a thing where like you can like stream 2 separate streams like together. And I don't know if he would be open to it, but I think it would be kind of fun to like just every once in a while, maybe like once a month, have our streams together. But he probably won't be open to it because our streams don't really have anything in common. Like we are 2 very different brands of streamer, you know? But I think it would be kind of a funny juxtaposition. Especially since like we have a few viewers in common. I think that would be funny. Why are you shaking? Oh, this little monster kind of freaked me out the other day. She I really need to like put googly eyes on my camera because I keep like looking past it for some reason. Anyway, she freaked me out the other day. It would be cool to see 2 different artists stream together. Well, he doesn't do art though. I mean, not like this. His artistry is manipulating technology, really. He does more gaming. But this little monster in my lap, I found out that she's terrified of the noise that a smoke detector makes when the battery dies. Because the one that's right outside my studio door, the battery died. So it starts making that like chirp. And she got like so freaked out by it in general. And like I thought she was gonna have a heart attack. She was like having like a legit panic attack. And I couldn't figure out what it was. And then I noticed that she was like running away from the smoke detector if I wasn't in this room. So I ended up having to like we eventually just took the smoke detector down until we get until we get a fresh battery for it, which would probably happen like in like a few days or whatever. But like I ended up having to put her thunder coat on and spritz some calming spray on it. And like I was skeptical that the thunder coat would work because it doesn't work for like car rides and stuff. Like she still like freaks out for car rides. But I was freaked out because she was like panting and like wide-eyed and like shaking more than just like, oh, I'm cold, or oh, you know, I'm excited that you're gonna feed me soon, shaking like she's doing right now. And the really scary part was that she was panting even though she was just walking around. Like, that's really unusual for her. Cause like she's pretty fit. Like she likes to run. She runs circles around Mabel, and Mabel's 3 years younger than her. But she was still not completely satisfied until I moved her bed like right under my chair. And then she was okay. I'm gonna finish these last 3 petals on this flower, and then I'm gonna end. Just so I'm at like a good stopping point. You settled? But yeah, I was like so freaked out. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to take you to emergency vet like right now. But no, she was just afraid of the smoke detector chirping. Which seems like such a common thing that like we would have encountered it by now, but I guess not. Like I can't believe it was something I didn't already know about her after 11 years, you know? I think it was like high pitched. Like to her, it probably sounded a lot louder than it does to us. and like it was always at like really unexpected like intervals. Like it stays quiet just long enough that you think it's not going to do it, and then it does it. But like every time it would chirp, she would like flinch and like shake her head. So I think like the pitch of it like really bothered her. She couldn't figure out where it was coming from. And like our other dog, she just didn't want to like be in this like area in the house, which she typically doesn't like to be anyway. She likes to hide out in the front of the house where it's pretty dark. She's a little cave gremlin like that. Like most of the time, if Mabel isn't actually like hanging out with us, she's usually hanging out underneath one of the couches in the den. But Roxy, on the other hand, she's where we are. Like, no matter what, she's in the same room as one of us. I don't know if Mabel just likes her space or if she's more independent or why she just likes to hide underneath the couches in the den. Or she just likes the dark room. I don't know. She's always been kind of like a loner like that, though. Like when she was a puppy, she really, really liked her kennel. Look, if Mabel got in trouble, putting her in her kennel was not punishment. Which, like, I learned after that kennels shouldn't be punishment because, like, that's supposed to be their safe space. Which is probably why Roxy doesn't like hers and Mabel does, because I used to think that that was how you disciplined your dog without having to, like physically discipline them, which I didn't want to do. So now she thinks that a kennel is a bad thing, which is unfortunate, but that's where we are, you know. What we learned from a previous pet, we use to make the next very loved one's life better. That's all we really can do. And just spoil her as much as I can. Huh. Ew, did you just drool on my arm? Gross. Pavlov's dog over here. Trying to figure out how to punish Mimi without scaring her. Right now, ignoring her works when she wants attention. Yeah, it's hard to discipline a cat. For the most part, what I've like seen is more so like deterring a cat from unwanted behavior, like preventing it and like offering like alternatives ahead of time, and then eventually the desired behavior becomes the habit. Um, like, for instance, like countertop. Some people will like teach their cat not to go onto certain countertops by like putting something that deters them from going onto that counter. Um, like something that makes a noise when touched. Like tinfoil is one trick that works for some people. If you don't want a cat to get on a particular counter, you'll lay tinfoil across that counter. And like, yeah, it's kind of a waste of tinfoil. But if it's there for long enough, eventually the cat will just expect the tinfoil to be there and it won't want to jump up there because the tinfoil makes an unexpected noise. And then that way, like, yeah, they do get spooked a little bit, but it's not coming directly from you. So, like, at least then the cat won't won't associate the thing that spooked them with you, at least. Aside from that, there's also like deterrent like sprays, which I mean, they don't work for every cat. Cats also don't like sticky stuff. So sometimes like if tinfoil doesn't work, then like double-sided tape. But it has to be like kind of strong, but not so strong that like they would get hurt because of it. It's kind of a fine line to walk with that one. The guy that does that show, My Cat from Hell or whatever, he's like a really good like cat behavior trainer kind of guy. And he definitely advocates for like that method of like non-direct type of like discipline or whatever, and like using like cats like natural psychology, since like they're less domesticated and like harder to train and stuff. They still have that like little bit of like wild instinct in them, but like that also means like sifting through like tons and tons of My Cat from Hell episodes until you find one that applies to the behaviors that you specifically want to modify. But I mean, there's pretty much like anything out there on YouTube, I'm sure you know. Definitely when it comes to animals, like research is definitely the name of the game. On rocks. And like, you know, I did the research that I could when I had her as a puppy, but like there's always like new stuff coming out. When Mimi attacks my leg, sometimes she does that when she wants to play, and I don't want to spray her for that and end up making her afraid to try and play. But at the same time, I can't have her biting me. I mean, so I know that like spray bottles are like an established like training method for some cats. But like if you plan to ever like bathe her, she's gonna associate water as a punishment, which might make like bath time difficult. Which like we did that for a time with Henry until I found that out. So, but I mean, like, cats naturally don't like water most of the time. So, like, even with like stopping that method, getting him to trust me for a bath was definitely a process on its own. I will say that like cats definitely hate like moving or like spraying water, like shower head. They hate that a lot more than like standing water. And for Henry, he got a lot more comfortable a lot quicker with the bath when I like started using like a pail or like a bucket, like a wide bucket of sorts with like a hand towel in the bottom of it. So he had like more like grip. And like his feet couldn't go like infinitely away from him. There was like a stopping point when he reached like the edge of the bottom of the bucket. So like what I would do is like fill it up, get it kind of sudsy. It was like soapy water, and I would just kind of like bathe him in that with a washcloth. So I wasn't like pouring water on him, but I would use like the washcloth to get water and soap on him, and then I would let him just like sit in the tub. I would dump that out, and I would refill it with fresh water, and I would rinse him in the fresh water in that same bucket. And then now I can use a sprayer on him if I like, wash out, and I make sure I don't like spray him directly in the face, because no cat will ever be comfortable with that. But that was like a process that took like a couple of years for him to be okay with that. So I'm gonna end so I can feed this thing, so she will stop freaking out thinking that I'm gonna forget her. Because that's why she's shaking right now. She's like, "You're sitting here and you're not feeding me. You forgot." I didn't forget. All right. Good night, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me. It was a good night. I miss talking about animals and like I guess like teaching people what I've learned over the years about how to like teach their animals stuff. I used to have those conversations all the time as a dog groomer. So it was nice to get to talk about that stuff again. So thank you. Alrighty. Anytime. I mean, I do eventually want to be like a licensed dog trainer, if not a dog groomer again. So, that part of me is always there a little bit. Goodbye. I gotta go.